All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. It's your boy Day coming back at you live. It is a happy Thursday. I hope you guys had a fantastic night of sleep. And here we are for another brand new trading day. So looking forward to having a good morning session with you guys this morning. So let's get into it here. Let's take a look at what the market news has so far revealed to us. Looks like we're in the record territory again. All three major indexes hit new highs yesterday and added to their strong 2024 performances. The broad market S&P 500 index gained 1.17%, breaking above 5,300 for the first time to end at 5308.15. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite, meanwhile, rose 1.40%, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 349.89 points. Stocks got a boost from a lighter than expected consumer price index report, which lifted hopes for lower Fed rates. Slow morning, slow morning. You got the stocks as well as the futures just not really moving at the pace that, that we prefer, but that's okay. Some days it's just going to be a little bit slow. So that's what the pre-market so far has been for those that were here. That's what you got. For those that did it, then you didn't really miss out too much. So let's get into LSDI. This has been the best trade and runner this morning and still is. Just made a new high today as we were just going through our mic test music. Looks like hit the $2.39 now. So that is officially the new pre-market high from the now $2 breakout entry. So that is a nice, 40-cent gain popper. Kind of didn't really, like I said, I just wasn't too fond of the earlier pre-market. There's not much going on, but this was a great area to enter here at around 148 here as well. So if you got that, seems like one or two of you guys did earlier in the chat. Great, good job. I wanted to go for a quick scalp, better late than never. So $2 and we got this. And, this 213, I had a line of 213. So I want to see 213 becoming the support here on LSDI and seeing if this guy wants to potentially go for more, right? So I'll be on the lookout for that 213 line specifically to see if we can build that support and then continue to higher lows from there. Getting into the the company here itself, LSDI. This is a Canada drug manufacturer company, 1.1 million flow, so very low flow stock, and it is running up on no news. There's a lot of companies today this morning with no news. If you look at the top gainers channel, there's literally just like two stocks on the gainers list so far in pre-market, and that's pretty much what's going to be, looks like. So pretty interesting day with a lot of micro pennies as well. So going into CYN here next. This is a micro penny stock trading at 15 cents a share. This one, I believe, does have some sort of a press release. It's a USA software tech company, 109 million flow. So it's a very high flow. It's going to be moving slow, but the company scales up commercialization of autonomous vehicles solutions in first quarter 2024. So they have that PR headline there. Not my cup of tea stock. Obviously, the range is a little too low for me, but if there's nothing else, then I will sometimes play them. So I'll watch CYN on the side to see if we get some volume. Really, the key here is going to be where is the momentum getting driven, right? So this morning, obviously, is going to be LSDI. We've been seeing just a lot of traders just kind of focusing, like narrowing it down to just like one or two stocks, and that it seems like the herd just kind of really shifts into there. There's not many, other little stocks just kind of moving around left and right, so I'd say just focus on one stock and see, pay attention to the ones that have traded a lot of volume. Obviously, number one volume and leader is LSDI, the 30 million volume. CYN, yes, it's over 103 million volume traded, but it is a 14-cent stock, share stock. So anyways, that's that for CYN. I'll just keep an eye on it to see if it's going to, kind of break out of the lower highs here maybe, and then see if it kind of tests come back up towards the pre-market high at the 17-cent mark. Okay. Okay, well, we got Peggy next. PEGY, top fourth gainer, currently also a 14 cents a share stock. I think earlier pre-market, I was looking for a break of 18 cents, which did not happen. But, I'd say there will be a better opportunity probably now at 15-cent break. So you can probably scalp 15 to like 17 or 18. So I'll be watching for that there on Peggy. Once again, no news here this morning on PEGY. This is a USA solar tech company, 91 million float. So it's going to be a high float, slower mover. All right, ASTS is next. So let's take a look at that one. This is the only stock that earlier in pre-market was the only, mid-range stock that I like, in terms of the pricing. The $3 range is what I like, $3 to $5 range, or as you know, my go-to price range stocks. The USA tech company, another high float, 112 million flow. So we're seeing here, folks, not a whole lot of low flows this morning. So just keep that in mind. This also does not have any new news this morning, but did come out with a earnings, I believe, the other night, yesterday after hours, as well as some sort of announcement of definitive commercial agreement with another company, AT&T actually. So I'll be watching ASTS here for the VWAP roll. I think there was a play. Let me just double check. I think 315 would have been my play area. Yes. So if the 315 candle break does happen here, we will want to look for that nice breakout here. You can see a lot of times we had wick here. So we need to see a candle break, and then we should be able to see this thing running up nicely. Market is now opening up here. So let me get, well, we don't really need to raise the Holly volume because we're now on, for those that just want to listen to Holly, you can go on Discord voice. Real quick, the last stock is LMFA though. There's not a whole lot of volume right now, very low volume, but does have some sort of a press release on LMFA this morning. So that's why I did place this on the watch list. As a USA credit service company, we have seen LMFA and played this many times in the past. 2 million flows. It's only one of the few stocks this morning in the watch list that is a low float, which also came out with a press release that achieved over 105% year-over-year revenue growth to 4.7 million, generate 1.9 million net income. So once again, just for a friendly reminder, stocks are a little bit slower with the earnings going on. So just keep that in mind. Futures today at 8:30, we had the, what was it? The news already came out at 8:30, and it's obviously so far a bearish move. So we're staying bearish right now on AQ. The initial jobless claims came out. So obviously right now NASDAQ is not looking too hot at the moment. So we're downtrending. We just tested the pink deviation line. It's an interesting one because we're just trading flat all pre-market for a while, hanging around by just this 14 and 50 EMA. And finally we hit the 200, cracked that. And now the bears got their deviation line. The question now is going to be, hey, is today going to be the deviation to deviation day where this area becomes support, since we're already at the oversold territory, folks? So could be where bulls are going to try to get back up to 14 EMA or shorts come back in there. Right now, this is a tricky area because we are seeing 200 as resistance and this pink dev line area here as support. So I'm personally going to wait it out until this clears. I like the ATR to be at least above 10. It's getting there. So just keep that in mind. So, right now, stocks, futures, a little bit slower day. I think this is probably the slowest day this week yet. And that's okay. But that also means that we need to remind ourselves to save our ammunition for a maybe more active day. So what that means is today I'm probably expecting, maybe less trades, or maybe that also is going to equal to, less profit. But we'll have to wait and see because we still have a full hour and 30 minutes to go till 11 a.m. So last trade was for me LSDI. ASTS is looking good right now though. So right now ASTS 315 breakout is working, folks. So congratulations if you guys caught this just now. 315, 391 is the up hold right now on ASTS. 391 up hold. you guys already know these $3 to $5 range stocks are really where, I mean, where I like to be at. Entering a little late on this one, but hey, 391 is an up pulse showing right now. So let's see. We got a nice VWAP roll, 10 EMA just curled up and looking very good here. 395 now up pulse. Just want to confirm that, this morning the mic was good. There was no disturbance. Can someone confirm on the chat, please? Let me know whether it's stock or futures chat. Just want to make sure that the Zoom is still going as we should. Again, this is our first week to have tested. Okay. Maybe it depends on some of the music choice that the mic might be having issues. All right. So anyways, I am also it's actually not a bad day to be slow because I am feeling, I'm grading myself on a scale of 1 to 10, how tired I am this morning, and I'm relatively tired. And I think that's because I had a very intense workout yesterday, and I needed to catch up on some of my workout, and it was pretty, I think, drained my physical. I'm very sore right now, so that's good. Good to be on a slower day, slower pace. So it looks like right now, guys, bears are still in control. The RSI did curl up though. So I think we're getting pretty near to that point where, we should see a little bit of a bounce. The only thing you do need to keep in mind is, remember, the 14 MA has been on this death cross mode, okay, since like 7:30. So we are still making lower highs and potentially make a lower low unless it becomes a lower high and then starts reversing out. Like I said, this is just not an area that I really want to be fighting here unless this area cracks and continues to go down, which ASTS, folks, looking great. So remember, the up halt is at 403 now. LSDI seems like, I don't know why Holly called it out unless it got halted down. Let me double check. 935. It's a little interesting how it says 176 here. Okay, so 191 here. That means, yes, it just got halted down. That's fine. We've already moved on to ASTS. Again, you see how the herd just kind of shifts once they're done. And so that's why it's so crucial with these penny stocks compared to the futures. The futures, you can it's different, right? Like once the herd is gone, it's gone. You're just holding a bag. Like the futures market, it can always come back within the day, right? But depending on obviously if it's like yesterday, for example, I think after I got off, the NQ just would not tank. It just kept going. I think it just kept going. So just one of those days where sometimes the bulls are just gonna keep on attacking and just keep on, climbing. So that's exactly why I don't like to stick around when I can just get off and during the easier times, I think. NQ, we did wedge out finally, so it looks like this was a good area to have entered back in since it did make a higher low, and we did wedge out, and the RSI did curl up. So the bulls are taking back over. The only thing is, I like to see this now 14 EMA really being support, because a lot of times shorts like to come back into the 14 EMA. So we do need to see that bulls can take control here and get this solid red to green move on up. Okay. ASTS, not a bad run so far to 355, new high of the day. Now we need to look for the 10 EMA. Now it's testing here, perhaps a 10 EMA bull flag. VWAP is pretty nearby 10 EMA as well. So we do want to see it area here at this 330 to hold a little bit. We could probably use the previous pop area here around 330 to hold, right? So That should be the support level, and we should be seeing a little wedge as traders are going to try to attempt to go back up. 411 is now new up halt. Okay, here we go. So traders trying to attempt again. So doji at the moment. Let's see if it reveals a clear candle here. It's starting to do a red green. And here we go, getting some volume come back in here right now. 411 up. I'd like to see a new high today here on ASTS. We do need to see, okay, that's a nice doji flat green here. We need to push here. New support of 342. We need to see 342 hold here and get a new high today soon. Goes back below 342. I will bail. Let's go get a new high today. We don't want a triple top here. Let's get this 355 out of the way, please. 411 is still showing as the up halt. You have 30 seconds on this candle. Higinashi still holding 342. NQ is looking better right now. The bulls are looking like they're taking control. So I like that look there. Keep in mind, we have a triple top at 355, 342 cracks. I would just, the 10 EMA still holding, so you need to really pay attention to the Heikin Ashi. The wick could come down to 10 EMA with the VWAP. So far that we already had tested the VWAP, so that you have to kind of keep that in mind here. You know, we got such an oversold territory. That was a great area to get back in on the bull side here. So yeah, I mean, you know, I like to see the bulls now taking control back up towards, you know, at least the VWAP, and then see what happens eventually. If it does, you know, climb out of the 18709 line, then, you know, technically if it's going to be a deviation to deviation day, we have all this room to run for the bull. So I like this to think that the bulls now, like to see bulls kind of really taking charge here and making continuously higher lows and higher highs, and we continue to climb up higher towards this VWAP 50 EMA level. So it seems like 342 is still holding support. Like we can get rid of this line right here. It already got a nice little pop up. Unfortunately, 355 still being a tight resistance that we got to break through now next. We're coming up to the 18,700 mark. Let's see the bulls, you know, kind of piercing through that mark. That's going to be the next area that we want to see it pierce through. We got full. We still got 3 minutes on this candle. Plenty of time still. Okay, looking great here right now, but only thing is we're coming up to that 18,700 mark. We got to pierce through that. We're on track to see 18,705 area, which is the VWAP. Looking good, folks. ASTS 342 cracked, so you know, just wait it out again and then see if it re-breaks that 342 area. The VWAP is still holding. I don't see much other stocks, obviously, that is going to take the herd at this time, unless BMTX, a new rat in town, might come back out of the hole. We'll see. I'll watch this 280 through. I don't know. Right now it says 280 here, so I'm gonna watch that line there just in case. BMTX, new rat in town. Okay, NQ looking great, guys. Just nice and steady. Higher lows, higher highs. Learn to quickly choose that correct trend, and you should be good here. So we just tested the 21 SMA and the 25 AMA, a little bit of obviously naturally resistance. You're going to see a little bit of pullback. You still want to see that continued higher lows to form and then break through that eventually the second time. No, BMTX does not have any news, so I'm not sure. Maybe you could see a VWAP roll here. But I like to see if ASTS continues to get one more shot at this. Because if we can break through 355, the only thing is, you know, if you look at the daily chart here, I think there's a 200 EMA around this level here. So that is a tough area to break. So this could just be it. You know, you even had a wick a little bit above that through 369. So maybe perhaps there's not a whole lot of room to run left on this thing with the resistance being there. But all right. Okay, so the ATR is now finally at the 10.95, so a little better now. Mm.
ACMR.
Okay, so big wick into that line, and I think, you know, I still like this to be the nice one more pop here. It's a nice pullback buy, I would say, because it's still building that higher low, and then we should be able to test back at that level. Yeah, like to see that 18,700 breakthrough, and then we should be good. Okay, nice higher lows. We should see a new higher high, new high of the day from this new uptrend here into the market opening. We got a full 4 minutes on this candle. Exactly why you bail out ASTS. Gave you guys the whole blueprint. We got a nice little, you know, quick 10 EMA pop up to 355. That became a triple top. As a red flag right there. 342 was the final support. That gave you guys a new support line. That cracks. Be prepared to see this thing coming all the way back down to where we started at 315. That's just how the cookie crumbles here. All right. New high day here on NQ, looking great. Okay, so be on the lookout for some other setups on the stock side. Right now, NQ, we should be, like I said, coming up towards the VWAP at DMA. Trust, trust the process, folks. Let me remind you again, trend line is your best friend. Your trend as well. Just we do this every single day. I do this every single day. This is how we, you know, let me remind for all my folks that are still a little bit shaky out there. Okay, money is coming to you if you just follow the rules and stay disciplined. Okay.
APYS.
Okay, so right now I got a little bit of the VWAP area rejection. We do need to kind of keep that in mind that we did make a new higher high. Only thing I'm a little bit concerned here is if it pops up a little too high, the next pullback could be a little bit pretty decent, which is not that concerning. You just got to be timing that right. So I would just make sure that we're continuously building this higher lows here, and it'd be great to see if we can get that nice continued uptrend here. Okay. Okay, so LSDI, what 148 was a big breakout area, a big nice resistance level previously, so you can use that as your new support line now. On a day like today, there's going to be a lot of traders that overtrade, and when you do that on a day that's slow, they're going to take some big hits today. So I'm just talking about those traders that love to overtrade on days that they shouldn't. So especially when they shouldn't on the slow day. So take it step by step. Right now, I've already told you guys, just take it easy, step by step to the VWAP 50 EMA. Right now, you got still good look here towards the next new high of the day. Here we go into this next line at 18,710. Awesome to see that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of resistance there. Also, if you look at the RSI, previously we had tested the 54 RSI, so we do need to see that next candle where to really kind of pierce above that RSI there. So just gonna leave that line there just in case and see how that looks. I'm just gonna wait for the next candle here. So you can see here, got a little rejection, getting a little pullback, but good news, 50 EMA of VWAP here is, a little bit of your support. This candle, this start opening up here at the 25 EMA / 21 SMA. I think LSDI is starting to pick up a little bit. The only thing is I would just watch that lower high area to kind of pierce through. Main thing that I would at this point here is just look for $2 break or wait till it comes all the way down to 148 area. It hasn't come down there to the T yet. Okay, here's a new high of the day. Looking good, looking good. Ah, Peggy got a pretty okay pop if you were listening in earlier at the 15, but only went up like 16.5, so that's not really much talk about that. Yeah, right now we're gonna have to wait for LSDI to get unhalted here. I'm just, like I said, I'm waiting to see if it's gonna be able to break, first of all, the downtrend line there, and then it needs to get back above $2. Stock is up 258%. So I'm kind of thinking, I mean, if we get this successful VWAP ball right here, we should be able to break out. And I'm thinking, why not hit 300% being on SSR stock and, you know, almost 40 million volume traded. So, this could be the golden egg here still. I mean, we saw this thing going as high as 280 back in February. Which seems to be quite the resistance because on the whole entire February, we just couldn't break that 280 mark. Same thing if we just go back a little bit back in January and then, you know, in December of last year, was able to break. But, you know, the question is, can we get to these levels here, you know? So, the pretty decent, this line is resistance. So, like I said, be prepared to see a little bit of rejection in that line, which we are still. We're not getting that Heikin Ashi. That's why I'm waiting for the next candle now. You can take your money or do your thing and then wait for the next candle, like me. I like the 5 minute on futures because it just gives me this idea of, like, you know, I got 12 shots, you know, I got 12 ammunition, 12 barrels of shots, and every 5 minutes in 1 hour, there's 12 5 minutes. So every 5 minute, you know, you can take a shot. Now, do I want to take all 12 shots? Probably not. There's going to be some 5 minute candles that I'm going to miss or that I'm not sure of or I don't like. This right here is pretty simple because it's just making higher lows and it's just following the same simple higher highs. It broke above that 54-hour size, so it's showing that it wants continuation. And we talked about the fact that if we start, you know, kind of wedging out of this area here, we have all that room towards the pink dev line, right? So that's something that I like to see here. We got still 4 minutes left. Here I like to see, you know, higher highs, and if you look at it, higher highs, and then kind of pulls back a little bit. If you miss that, you know, get back in on that pullback again, and then ride it back up to the new high of the day again. So uh, you know, I'm not sure though if we're gonna see it actually test the pink dev line before, you know. I think we probably gonna get a little bit of rejection up in this area here, this 1723 area. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna put a 1725 actually there around that level. I think it's gonna be another fat resistance level before we get there. I think a lot of people are gonna expect this to go, and then we get into this line, and we're gonna get a little bit of a decent pullback from there. So I'm gonna put a line there and just kind of keep that in mind. And if it does break that, then we're gonna aim for that pink deadline. I'm just kind of planning out ahead. FFIE, let's see here. This thing got massively shorted the other day after a nice run up, I think. Let me double check. Was it this one? Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Very impressive rat. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's like, you know, literally the example of a phoenix risen from the ashes, from 5 cent, this slum dog to a millionaire. Slumdog millionaire right there. Look at that. Through tough times and throughout the ashes, it rise all the way up to this $1. I thought this was the one that I was thinking, but it's not. But yeah, wow. I believe we played this yesterday on FFIE. And our play on FFIE yesterday was what? 61 cents. So 61 cents to now coming up to 113. So this is probably something we should be keeping a close eye on here. They still seeing quite the rejection at the 18709 line. So again, like I said, every time we pull back, get back in and get on the ride to glory real quick here. Here comes a nice continued good looks here. It seems like though we are still seeing quite the resistance. Yeah, I like to see the 18709 here become support. We need the candle break here. So I would say wait it out. You got just 20 seconds to go, and then the next candle should form. Most likely should be higher low with the 14-MA curling up. Okay, we just need to kind of watch when the 14-MA gets closer to the 50 EMA to kind of watch for that confirmation breakout of the golden cross. Yeah, we do need to start pushing through here again. RSI is still pretty good. We'll see if FFI does warm up the meme stocks again. So far, we have not seen after the first 2 days of meme stock, not much has been happening since then. So, we'll see. $1 breakout to 116. If we zoom out of the daily chart here, we do need to keep in mind of around 133 here. That was the high back on December, okay, of last year. So, you know, we'll see if that is going to be a tough area of resistance, which does look like it here. That's going to be some more room to run. But I think, you know, the unhalt is going to be a tough, well, not tough, but you got to watch that closely here. Okay, so. Okay, I like to see another higher high here again on this area. If the 18709 could become support right now, we got wick, waiting for that candle break here. So still got 3 minutes left from this candle. FFIE, you're waiting for that on hold. That should happen at the 10:04:04. So you still have about 3 minutes and a few seconds, or 3-4 minutes here. So. I'm gonna mention it in the futures chat. Watching 18709 line closely. The bulls need to claim this line as support for continuation. Still holding the VWAP as well. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, if it does pull back, it might test back down to that 14 EMA there. At least that's where the trend line's at, around that level. So just taking some time, that's all right now. The thing is ATR is bumping up a little bit, 11.76 now. RSI is still pretty good. Could be a quick wick down and then depending on the last 1 minute here. So here we go, 14 EMA testing now, as it should. And then, that quick dip, you know what I mean? And then buyers come back in and then swap it back up before the closing of, within the next 1 minute. And well, what is that? What time is it now? We got 25 seconds to go. So this is still relatively pretty where the bulls are going to need to close above, and the higher the better. FFIE, yeah, that downhold that's not pretty. LSDI failed to break above $2, so just sitting on hands right now. Yeah. Got a full 5 minutes still holding that trend line. So I am looking for this right here on NQ. If it is going to be able to do that, that is the 18709 is going to really need to pierce through here. Okay, coming back up nicely. We got to pierce this here. Got to get the candle break. Got to get that wedge in out. Otherwise, we've already tested that 21 SMA, 14 EMA area. So we gotta break the 18709 line. We can keep rejecting right now there again. Okay, so we made a lower high. So it seems like the bulls are now getting cracked back down to the 18,691 line. So that's the 200 right now, just testing. It still has full 3 minutes. So the RSI did kind of curl down above the average line, by the way, too. So we need to see, this is a label line, folks, 18,691. Okay, so shorts are having their fun right now, straight back down to the pink dev line there. So trend line cracked, VWAP cracked down for the RSI as well. So now we're back to the pink dev line here. It needs to bounce here. ATR is going up 13.81 now. Huge bounce there off the pink deviation line. Big bounce there. Good opportunity as long as the trend line's still cracked. Should be another shorts coming back in at it again, taking advantage of that move there. Wow, it was an instant bounce so far. Still got 35 seconds left though, so we can keep in mind it did still make lower highs. So traders are going to be trying to look for that 14 EMA short again here if it's going to be continue lower highs, which most likely would be in my opinion since the R side they curl down. But let's see the next R side and see how that looks. So lower high still. Notice how the 14 EMA stopped curling up. It's starting to flatten here. That 18,691 is support at the moment. It needs to hold that cracks. It should make a lower low again or come back down towards what it should be going down to, where we saw a quick down there. But I would say the next line to line is what's going to happen if that 18,691 cracks. Stock's a little dead right now, so I'm focused more on futures at this time. Nasdaq's the only indice this morning right now, not doing as great as the other indices. Right now, barely holding by the thread here. Neutral zone line, that 18,691 is crucial. Currently, it is more bearish because it's making lower highs, and the RSI did curl down. The only thing that's holding it up is this 18,691 line right now. Nice bounce off the 18,691 line. You have now 50 seconds to go for the next candle. So see if the bulls are able to wedge out of the downtrend line. If not, then this will continue to be a lower high again next candle.
SLS.
Okay, starting to potentially wedge out here. Let's see. So starting to wedge out here at the moment. It needs to. I'm gonna wait actually until it comes back above the 18,709 line. Doesn't really matter right now. Stick to this for now.
BCAB.
Uh, I would watch ASTS or my stock guys for the breakout of the downtrend here, maybe if we can get a solid, get some more volume back up towards the VWAP and get some VWAP roll. Uh, oh. Hey, still getting rejected at the trend line. Still got just only 1 minute and 15 seconds left until the next candle. I mean, technically, the Bulls didn't get their pink deadline yet, so we'll see. ASTS got that VWAP just now, guys. So watch for that VWAP roll here on ASTS. Like I said, watch for that downtrend breakout. You know, you could have got it back in here or like, you know, right there and then get that pop up. You know, obviously, if you were smart, like I said, if you listened to me earlier, 315 breakout, 355, when we had the triple top and 342 crack, I said, wait till it comes all the way down back to where we started 315 and pick it back up there, become support, and you get that nice ride back up. Literally rinse and repeat every single day. So you hopefully you took that advantage that on that one for those that are just trading stocks right now this morning. Okay, bulls are putting up a little bit. I'm waiting for the next candle to see. RSI's curled up, so we should be bumping up again to the 18709 line now again. But that's a tricky area of resistance though, so let's see. Oh, I think Apex the other day, or maybe it's our third day now, but I'm sure you guys seen it. But they're doing a $250,000 count for 16 bucks, which is super cheap. So I think a lot of you guys have probably purchased like 20 accounts, which is the maximum you can get.
XNCR, BRCC, BIBI. Rare.
Okay, bulls are looking good here. They're trying to reverse this back up nicely.
XON.
So we should be coming up to a new high of the day, breaking since we are wedging out here. So that 183709 so far broke through. We got still plenty of time, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Just needs to now next candle by the time next 3 minutes, it should be what you want to see is above 7709, opening up from there and then get the next pop up towards the pink deadline. So like I said, the bull haven't gotten their pink deadline, so I'm just gonna have to be a little bit patient. ASTS looking great. Hmm. Okay, wonderful. So we got a new high of the day, guys. New high of the day.
ASPN, HUNA, HUYA, SCS, SCYS. well then. Okay. Minority two. Wrong. SCYS. SSC.
Bulls are still climbing on up nicely here, guys. SCYS. SCYS. LUNR. Minority. One. Yeah, we're coming up to that line that we talked about previously, a little bit of resistance from here. Which is a 25 line, and then you got the pink dev. I think eventually Bulls are gonna want their pink dev line, so let's see. HUYA. XNCR. XNCR. Just making nice higher lows and higher highs. Everything's looking pretty bullish still. Hmm. RM. CTRF. CTRF. Jack. RS. ASTS 342, if you remember, that's the line that it needs to become support. ASTS 342 line worth watching. SCO. 408 is showing as uphold at the moment. It needs to get more momentum here driven up. RM. Quran. CCLG. CCLG. CTRM. SCYS. OSPS. SCYS. We have a lot of resistance right now at 345 for some reason. So what does that mean? We don't have a candle break at 342 right now. Okay, so you need a full body start breaking above 342. That's this area is still resistance right now. So be patient and wait for that confirmation.
RN. R.
Okay, another new high of the day has been made so far on NQ. Oh, oh, oh. All right, guys. It's 10:30. Approaching here. So what we're gonna do is take a quick stretch break, man. It's just a little bit of a relax. I mean, I'm just taking it easy today. So, um, you know, coming up closer and closer to this line, I would say the next sell targets are going to be between this and this right here. Probably closer to that pink depth line since we already tested almost like 3 times here in the pink depth line for the Bears. So, you know, it's fair that Bulls are going to want their taste here. And then, you know, it's just going to be a circle of life again. So I think that's what's going to happen. You know, could it break above the pink depth line? Maybe, since the depth 2 line is up there. We haven't seen depth 2 line today. I think today is going to be more of a pink depth to depth line. Just my 2 cents. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm kind of thinking right now at the moment. Because the ATR is relatively low today. It's only 13. It's just not really like 20 or above. So it's like, you know, it's better than nothing, but yeah. All right. I'm gonna take a quick stretch break, refill my water, and I'll be right back here in a few minutes. 11 a.m. Ripper dip setups will probably be like either ASTS or LSDI. Really don't need to be looking at some other rats. That's my thoughts right now.
OSPN, ASPN, CISS, PRFT, MULN. DSX, I, TK, EURN, EURN, FFIE, FFIE, SCS, FFIE, FFIE, TK, CMRE, PGNY, MAG, NNVC, GCT, EURN, CGON, RNAZ, BCOV, SEAT, FFIE, OSPN, FFIE, FFIE.
All right, guys, I'm back, and here we are with ASTS. It's starting to roll here, so I want to kind of pay attention here closely for my stock, guys. 407 up, Paul. Let's get a new high of the day here on ASTS. We got to really break through this area at 345 and then 355. It's only 10-cent gap there. Come on, let's just bust it out. It's making nice higher lows. Just gotta start making higher highs here. NQ, we're having a little bit of issue here, guys. We just start to make a little bit of lower high here. We need to hold this line. Otherwise, it's gonna wedge out and we're gonna start falling back down. But it's still holding that line, so don't panic yet, but wait for the confirmation here. Not a good look on that lower high, though.
SOC, CFR, C. ASC, RBFS, FNBC, FBF.
Our side did bend back down. That 18709 is now your new support, FYI. So I'm gonna get rid of this line just because that 18709 line is still holding as support. This line right here, that's all that matters. And then I'm gonna be watching for the good thing, I mean, not the good thing, but this pink tab line is coming down a little bit. So now you got 25 to 31, somewhere between that would be ideal.
That's the double. Okay. Months. Bound.
Bouncing off from the 18709 line area there, pretty decently there, getting a nice swipe back up.
IMFR. SLS.
And what's it gonna be?
ASC, IAS. Rare. Double TTR. SWTS. Yeah. Bye-bye. Months. AAOI. BSCO. SUPF. PSLT, GLC, double witch. OSPL. GDRX. ASC, MODF. BERX, BERX. PGN1. ELC. NFEC, SOC. DAPR. ALLR, CGOM. BTYS. BSCO. Ship. Map. Ship. SOC, SOC, WH. XPON, OGI. ALMR.
All right, guys. So right now, um, what I'm looking for is the next candle. We got 10 seconds left on this candle. So let's see how the RSI looks. Okay, so it's still trying to look like we might want to get one more shot, but we haven't tested this line right here. We're getting pretty close, and the pink deadline is slowly coming down. Okay, so now the room for you to make more money on the way up is getting a little bit, just shrinking just a tiny bit. So just something to keep in mind. I think a lot of traders are going to want to sell into this line, to the pink deadline. Maybe cherry on top will be the 18,734 line, but just keep in mind we have not seen either parties hit the deviation 2 line for the whole entire morning here. So today, so I think with the ATR being, like I said, just at 13 on average today, 10 to 13, the best bet you can get is just the pink deadline, and then just call it a day. Definitely not a day to be want to sit here all day and watch paint dry with slowness. All right, so we got 20 minutes till 11 a.m. rubber dip time, so let's get ready for that. ASTS just being really difficult into this 342 line.
Finance, SCS, UCAR. Shell. EFS. ESX.
Hey, still on the body, still looking like a higher low here on the bull side. I say let's just give him the pink deadline and then tap out before 11 a.m. or by 11 a.m. That's what I'm thinking.
LFTH. ALMR. LTRX. CAPR. GB. OSPN, ALLP. ASPI, ABACALLP. RFTI. EFS. IAS. Yes. ELDF. IBCALLR. LDF. ELDF.
Okay, Bull's looking for that new highs again. Just hit that line though, it's 18,725 line, so that's gonna be a little bit of resistance line. So you only have 34 seconds, so I would try to eat up.
ALLK.
Brand new candle.
FRGT.
Coming up towards the pink deadline. ELDN, CLCL, SBRL, PFS, BSCO, ASPN, ALLK, ALLK, ALLK. ISS, FRGT, CRK, BIS, METC, SHARE, NMBC. CRDL, CRDL, TK, CTRM. Okay, so pink deadline coming up right now here on the NQ. So I say start locking in. So I'm into that line.
SYS, SCYS, BCLB, TK.
All right, guys. So we got less than 1 minute on this candle now. I think I'm ready to wrap up here personally. I mean, If it decides to break deviation 2 line, you got another like 20 points to go till the deviation 2 line. But based on history, we have not seen deviation 2 line hit today with ATR still at the 13s. I'm just not a big believer to continue from here on out. So you guys do what you guys want to do, but I'm kind of ready to see the pullback since people are probably going to be, at least the smart cookies, I think, are going to sell into this line with it being a little bit slower day today. So and the only line that I'm looking at now is this line here previously before that huge pullback happened all the way back down to the pink deviation line. So just again, just keep in mind you have this line right there at 35 after that hit back to pink deadline. So don't make the same mistake by buying into this line, you know, or something. Wait for the confirmation if you just really want to do it. But another thing you need to keep in mind is we're already approaching the overbought territory. So just generally speaking, just not a smart area to just like now buy into it. This is probably a good area to start cleaning up your long shares, in my opinion. So for stocks today, I'd say ASTS is definitely something that I would just pay attention on just because I mean it's putting up a pretty good fight. But again, that doesn't mean it's gonna continue to go higher. It could be where 11 a.m. comes and just starts everything starts dipping down. Just because like I said on the daily chart, you have quite a lot of resistance here. All right. Same thing with LSDI. I mean, you know, it's already gotten a big dump. Could be a nice run back up after, you know, after getting such a big fake out dump here, the market opening, you know, so you might get another shot on LSDI, but that's really it. I mean, you might get a new little rat in town again, but I'm not interested in that. I think the best thing to do is save your ammunition for a better day, a little bit more flowing day. I think tomorrow it's going to be Fast Money Friday, so it'll be an interesting day to see how the Friday goes. But yeah, we just got 10 more minutes and then I'm going to get off the mic.
ATM. SCYX, SCYX. ELCS. IAS. OSPN. OSPN. LTH. IBM. All right. VIP. IAS. ALPYS. URBL. SLC. FGLX. DNT. IBS. Online. BIBs. IBR. IDBS. BNPL, FOUH, LTRS, LTRS, LTRS.
Okay, so we got a new candle. We are definitely now at near that 69.70 RSI. I think it's going to be a bit of a wick festival at 18.735 line. If not, you will have the pink, the deviation 2 line at 18.753. So, but personally, I'm looking to wrap up now, and that's about it. So, 5 more minutes to go.
NGG, BRCC, IDX, LSDX. BTL, TNDF. OSPN, NRSP. XNCR. ITX. ELGF. Blend. S. Reviver. TPG. TNCI. MGMX, APYX. BTL. Rare. CISS. Healthcare. Oh. NT. HYNC. UCAR. DIBI.
Hey, coming up to the deviation 2 line as we get to the 11 a.m. over dip time.
No. ALGF. Oh. NPF. PSRI. APEC. NRSP. G. Light. Hot. Rare. IART. Hook.
All right, guys. Well, here we are, 11 a.m. And right now we just hit the deviation 2 line. We are definitely in the overbought territory. So hopefully you guys were able to catch the extra 20 points there from the pink dev line to the deviation 2 line. Other than that, guys, yeah, just taking it easy today. Other than that, take care. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's kill it tomorrow, Fast Money Friday, and close off the week on a positive note. Take care, everybody. God bless you all. See you guys tomorrow morning.